Hello. Okay, this is long overdue. And let's turn on the music a bit so you can hear me better. This is long overdue. I wanted to make a little video or even tutorial about how I would put settings into OBS for streaming Unreal Tournament, high motion FPS game. Which hopefully helps you finding the optimal settings for a good quality stream, which is also enjoyable for people who don't have like fiber or something like that, or live in the UK. So yeah, I'm trying to do my tutorial now. I will go over my OBS, the general settings, what configurations you can use. What's maybe best for you in certain scenarios. Please bear with me, I don't have any script or something like that. I'm just recording this because I'm feeling kind of bad. I didn't do it yet. So yeah, I think let's just hop into it and I will show you my OBS and we'll go through my OBS with you guys. So let's have a look at my OBS and yeah, don't be too just look at it. So this is the OBS I'm using. It's a nice, beautiful here. Yeah, nice. Okay, so when it comes down to streaming, there's like several general decisions you have to make. First of all, which platform you are streaming to. There are plenty of platforms. There's obviously Twitch, there's YouTube, and there's a lot of other ones, smaller ones, bigger ones. Who cares? Let's pretend you're going to stream on Twitch. YouTube is in a lot of sections kind of different. So let's stick to Twitch. I think most people stream to Twitch, and so we're gonna make the decision. Let's stream to Twitch. So, after we know where to stream at, we want to decide what to stream with. So, if you're using which program you're using, I personally would really recommend OBS for you. There are different options as well. I think there's Streamlabs. That's a different program. It's kind of based on OBS if I'm right. If not, sorry. And there's I forgot about it, but it's a paid version. So OBS is free to use. It's a really good tool. You can do a lot with it. You can have a lot of plugins as well. So let's stick with OBS. So the third decision is what kind of device you want to use for encoding. So to process all the video, all the webcam, all the banner, all the graphics, encode it and send it to the Twitch server to stream it out into the world. You got literally normally two options. The first option is encoding via CPU. So your processor is doing the workload. The second option is using your GPU. AMD has a streaming chip. I don't know from which GPU generation onward though. And NVIDIA has a dedicated streaming chip. NVIDIA, the first NVENC chip version is on the Ampere, I think. So it's like the 1000, the GTX 1000 series. And with the GTX 2000 and upward series, they got a new NVENC chip. Quality-wise, the new NVENC's chips are really good. They are pretty much on par with a really heavy CPU workload as well. So they're kind of comparable. I will show you in a second. So that's a decision you have to make first. So what you want to use as an encoding device? You want to go for the CPU or you want to go for the GPU? I got a 12-core AMD 3900X. So I got 12 cores, 24 threads. I can easily stream with my CPU. It takes around 20% performance of, well, not 20% performance, but it takes about 20% of my calculating capacity. And I got a RTX 3070, so I can use my GPU as a streaming device as well, encoding device. And at the moment, I'm using my GPU. That's what I do. The reason behind it is, it's actually a bit easier, I think, and it actually doesn't impact your gaming performance much. Streaming via CPU, I think I used it a lot. I had to do actually more than just set the CPU as an encoding device in OBS. I used an external program to just dedicate cores and threads to OBS and dedicate cores and threads to a game or to games and stuff like that exclusively. So I divided my CPU into the cores and threads and just divided it into, okay, you gonna encode and you guys gonna game. That's what I did. I kind of felt it was a bit of a hassle though. So yeah, CPU or GPU. And it doesn't matter if you use a two PC setup. I mean, you can have one PC gaming and then can have one PC who's doing encoding alone. Even in a two PC setup, you can still use a CPU or a GPU in the second PC. It's just that the second PC is like for super high quality game streams where you can just like pump so much encoding intensity on it and it doesn't impact your gaming because you're gaming literally on another PC. So let's leave those two PC setups a bit aside. I don't think any one of us is on a two PC setup. Yeah, we're not earning big bucks here. So after you decide what to encode with, it's all about settings and all about your internet as well. So let's have a little look into the settings. Bear with me, my OBS is on the German language, obviously. So we're gonna go into the settings. And this is what I see in my OBS. This is like just a common tab. There's nothing big to, like, nothing essential to check here. The first interesting thing will be here. So it's gonna tell you, okay, which platform you're gonna stream to, which server you're gonna take. I got it on automatic, but mostly I'm gonna stream to one certain Twitch server. For me, it's like the Frankfurt servers, one of those. But I got it on automatic at the moment. And you can also install Twitch add-ons. There are literally a ton of add-ons you can use. Some are cool, some are like, kind of nice to have, and some are just useless. It's just for you to decide which add-ons you want to really use. I personally use Stream Elements. It's a quite helpful installation for OBS, and I also use their tools to make overlays and stuff like that. I could show you that maybe in another stream. We'll see. Okay, so on the stream tab, you're gonna decide on where you want to stream at. You're gonna connect with either a streaming key from Twitch or you connect your Twitch account. If you connect via streaming key, please, for the sake of God, make sure this streaming key never shows on stream. People will mess with it and they will get you banned if they can. So just make sure you're not showing a streaming key. That's very important. Okay. The first big decisions you gotta do is on the output tab, and it's on the stream tab. You're gonna set your encoder, which means you either use your GPU. That's the NVIDIA NVENC at the moment I'm using, the new one, because I got a RTX 3070. Or you're gonna use your CPU. I think it's X264. I can't show you that right now, because I'm streaming, obviously. So you're gonna decide that. Okay? So here you just setting CPU or GPU. Up here, the audio lines, you can actually play around. If you got different audio lines and can configure different audio lines, you can actually live stream with music. For example, you just put your music, the music on audio line 4. And you can decide if you want to have audio line 4 in your Twitch VOD later. That saves you a lot of hassle. There are tools for it. It depends also on your sound card if it's able to do it. My sound card obviously kind of doesn't like it. So I literally stream everything to the VOD. Okay? You can play around with it. Then output scaling, just leave it unchecked. You don't want that. You really don't want that. That is putting a load on the encoder, which is unnecessary. So as we're streaming to Twitch, you want to stream with CBR, constant bitrate. I think anything else is not allowed anyway. So you want to use CBR, and then you want to look at the bitrate. The bitrate is dependent on a lot of factors, actually. First of all, it depends on what you can provide as a bitrate. If you are on a shitty internet, you can't stream at 6 Mbit, then it's useless to stream with 6 Mbit. So the bitrate is limited by your internet bandwidth. The bitrate is also limited by Twitch itself. There's an official number out there, and it's 6 Mbit. Okay? 6 Mbit is kinda the official communicated limit for what Twitch wants from you or accepts from you. There is an unofficial number out there of 8 Mbit, 8,000 kilobits per second. You can use it actually on Twitch. The thing is, if you're unlucky, or most times you're unlucky, Twitch, if you're going over those 6 Mbit per second, will take away the option for your viewers to select the resolution. So they can only watch in source resolution. And some people have problems with that. Not everybody is on 1 gigabit up and down fiber. Okay? So you want to really check if you're streaming to an audience, you want to have a limit of maximum 6 Mbit per second as a bitrate for Twitch. YouTube, for example, accepts, I think, 12 Mbit. And I will come back to that later when we are talking about resolution you want to stream to. So at the moment, I got it on 6 Mbit. Okay? Because it's like the official communicated Twitch maximum bitrate they're going to accept, and they're going to provide all the options for your viewers. So they can switch to 720p for 80p, or maybe they are on their mobile, they just want to listen while gaming, so 144p. People like that exist. Okay? So you want to have your keyframe intervals at 2. That's also a fixed number pretty much. You want to have max quality. For my GPU, that's working fine. You want to have a profile high, look ahead, and psycho-visual tuning on as well. GPU, I only have one, so it's 0, and max B-frames is gonna be 2. On those settings, there's a ton of tutorials on what settings you want to use, what setting does what. So read up on those. Nvidia has one, Twitch has one. Feel free to check it out. Coming back to the bitrate. Pinnacle of streaming resolution. A lot of people say 1080p. And I seriously said the same thing. 1080p is like the thing. You wanna stream at 1080p. The thing is, 6 Mbit per second or 6000 kilobit per second is not a sufficient bitrate for 1080p. It is just not. It is not. If you stream to YouTube 1080p on 12 Mbit, that's much closer to a sufficient bitrate. Heck, I even read it's like 16 Mbit, which is actually a sufficient bitrate for 1080p. With 16 Mbit, you get a kinda non-block stream. Sometimes you get little blocks in your stream if you got fast motions or stuff like that. That happens because your bitrate is too low. The quality drops. So 1080p is actually not a good resolution to stream with 6 Mbit. And if you think about it, Twitch says, okay, your max bitrate should be 6 Mbit. So they make it actually impossible for you to stream at 1080p because 6 Mbit is not enough. That takes me to the next tab, the video tab. That's my video tab. So my canvas, this is this here. It's like my canvas where I put all my scenes and stuff like that. It's on 1440p. Okay. At the moment, I'm streaming at an output resolution of 1080p actually. The only reason I do that is because it's like a non-moving static scene here. So there's not like no gaming going on. So with, I don't know, with like one of the last 3 or 4 updates to OBS, they introduced a lot more resolution output, scaled resolution output options. And that's actually quite handy because you can downscale the resolution from 1080p to fit your 6 Mbit bitrate. And also, like, if you look at UT, because that's the game you want to stream, it's a fast game. You have a fast game, a fast ego shooter you wanna stream. 1080p will get you a lot of artifacts, so you scale down your output resolution, which actually also takes off a lot of load from your encoding device. So there are several options. You go down to like 900 something. You go down to 864, which is actually a really good sweet spot for very fast gaming content. Or you go even down to 720p. Okay? The more you drop in resolution, let's say 720p is like the bottom floor. You won't go under 720p. The more you drop your resolution, the less burden on your encoding device. And also the less needed bitrate. I think the bitrate for 720p recommended is 4,500 kilobits per second. So if your internet is not the best, so you can't provide steady 6,000 kilobit, drop it to 720p. You can stream on 4,500 kilobit per second. That's what you can do then. So that's like the thing you play around with. A mix of resolution, bitrate, and scaling. That's what you do. For UT, I think I tested literally every resolution. From 1080p to 900 something, can't remember the exact number, to 864 to 720p. While 720p has like the best motion quality, it also butchers a bit of text on screen. So scoreboards don't look that nice anymore. Names don't look that nice anymore. The in-game chat doesn't look that nice anymore. And let's be honest, we all want to see the flaming. And we all want to be able to read the flaming. So I personally really like the 900 whatever resolution. I use that even for UT. I think the more fragmentation over 864 is kind of okay. It's acceptable, I think. And you gain quite a lot of text visibility and still looking good. And you can stream it with 6 Mbit, like 6000 kbit per second. That's what I use if I really stream a game. What I use as a scaling filter is Lanczos, like the highest. For NVENC, it's not a problem at all. And it really does. It does give you good quality gain. And as an FPS, I try to stream at 60 FPS. Again, FPS is the same with resolution. The lower you go with the resolution, the less encoding stress on your device. You can stream at 30 FPS. You can. It doesn't look as good as 60 FPS, for sure. But even lowering from 60 to 50 maybe might do the trick for you. Play around with it. Okay? Don't be afraid to play around with stuff in OBS. So, let's have a little look at the audio tab. I just use a normal sample rate, 44.1 kilohertz, stereo. Here's my microphone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here on whatever, you can have a delay on your stream. I use, I think 15 seconds for games if I don't forget it. Set the automatical reconnection always. I think that's all pretty much standard. So yeah, that's pretty much the standard settings I use for my GPU setup. I will show you in a second. NVIDIA, Twitch settings. Let's see. Here we go. So there's a for NVENC. Twitch actually, no, NVIDIA put up like a little page. It's on nvidia.com/en-us/GeForce guides, blah, blah. You can find it pretty easily. I will put it in chat right now, so it's gonna be saved. Yeah, okay, thank you. It's gonna be saved here. So, oh, hey, Scotty. So, it's always like a game of upload, bitrate, resolution, and frame rate. It's like the holy not triangle. What's the next? Whatever. Quadrat, Rechteck. Sorry. Okay, so let's check the sweet spot. Our 1080p, which everyone says, okay, you gotta have it. For Twitch, they recommend like 8 to 10 Mbit per second. And if you're as a non-partner, you're not allowed for that. You can't get that. It's impossible. You can get up to 8 Mbit, but then they take away your viewer settings, so people can't switch resolution. So that's pretty much for partnered. And also remember, important note for high motion content. If you get a high motion content, 1080p might be really blocky. They call it blocky. And that's literally true. So you want to lower the resolution. You don't want to stream at 1080p. It's just like that. With a bitrate of 5000 kbit, they say, okay, 720p and 60 frames per second is kind of okay. That's actually quite lower. And if you want to go lower, 720p, 30 frames per second, you want 3.5 kilobit per second already. So, yeah. There are actually pretty good tables out there. And I mean, they even listed YouTube. So if you want to stream 1080p on YouTube, you got to deliver at least 15 Mbit per second. That's what you, but you can do that on YouTube. You can even do better on YouTube. It's ridiculous. I'm actually kind of curious when Twitch will open up that bitrate limit. We'll see. Maybe never. So they also give you a lot of recommended settings. Just what I showed you earlier with that here. They're gonna set it to 36 samples, downscale filter. It's easily doable. So don't be afraid to test it out. Don't be afraid. There's a ton of tutorials. So let's check it. Twitch streaming settings. Also something which is on the internet. Put it in the chat. You can find it later as well. So they even give you like the settings for both NVIDIA NVENC specs. This is GPU with NVIDIA, and X264. This is the CPU streaming. I don't like that they still got this here, because it kind of makes no sense. Like literally everybody tells you, just don't do it. 1080p is just no. Don't. So yeah, just don't do it. The settings differ a bit from NVIDIA. Wait, let me check. Let me show you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it? And that settings. Yeah. Okay, you see here, NVENC, no rescale output, please leave that off. Always, never do that. Constant bitrate, 6 kilobit, 6000 kilobit. Quality, you can put it at max quality. Look ahead, max B frames 4. Which says keyframes 2. Keyframe interval 2 is fixed. Constant bitrate is fixed. 6 Mbit is fixed. Yeah. Play around a bit with it. Really play around. Just check it. Check it out. There's a shit ton of settings you can actually do. And don't be afraid to read up on stuff. You will find a lot of opinions on stuff. Just try it out yourself. Okay. That's kind of the settings for UT. So you wanna, in essence, you wanna stream, if you can, at 6000 kilobit per second. You want to stream at a constant bitrate that's necessary for Twitch. You want to stream at not 1080p, but below, something between 720p and 900 something. For high motion, for very high motion games, you maybe want to even drop to 720p. You can drop your bitrate then as well, which makes it more accessible for viewers who don't have that good of an internet. And you don't want to exceed the 6 Mbit. You can exceed the Mbit up to 8, makes a difference, but it takes away the possibility of your viewers to change the resolution settings. Or to change the resolution as it is. You really want to do that. You really don't want to do that, sorry. So you want to stream below 1080p, something between 720 and 9 whatever. That's kind of sweet spot. If you take 864, 720 or 900 whatever, depends really on your internet, on what encoding device you use. Yeah, how high of a motion game it actually is. So yeah, that's pretty much the settings I use for OBS and what kind of different options you have. I don't know if you're interested in my scenes I'm using. I can show you my, I think I can show you my casting scene as well, so people can actually see it. So this is my casting scene. I think you can't see it at the moment, so I will put something. I will put it on. Yeah. Is that it? No, that's it. Is that it? Ah, it's kind of hard. Okay. You're gonna see a black screen now. Okay. But man, you wanna. Yeah, that's kind of hard now. How do I do that? How do I show you guys my scene? Okay. Wait. I'm gonna go through with it. So you gotta see my OBS. And yeah, I think that's important. So my casting scene actually consists of several stuff. First thing is a game scene. Don't be confused. I use nested scenes. So on the left, I got nested scenes. So I got a scene which has my game in it. I got a scene which has my browser source for tip goals and stuff like that, alerts. And I just use those. And those nested scenes are like pre-built, and I just implement them wherever I need them. Okay. Oops, sorry. Sorry for the goddamn for all those scene transitions here. Okay, so I use a game scene. If it's a nested game, if it's a nested scene and you put your game source there, or if you just put the game source in here, it's absolutely irrelevant. You put your, I got my alerts here. I can show you later my banner and stuff. I got my tip goals here. I got my maps here. You can't see them right now. I'm gonna put them below here. Okay, so now you can see it. So I got my maps here. I can just put maps here, whatever. So the viewers can see the extra score. Well, some can't, since like 2 years or so, that stuff is down the left, and every time it's the same person coming in. Oh, what's the score of the first 2 maps? Okay, then there's yeah, team banners. Don't even know what that is. Ah, okay, it's yeah, okay, it's team names. I was using that earlier. I think I removed it at one point. And then there's my my banner with the team names, and it's actually pretty much actually fitted to the UT. I'm gonna find us a server. Let's check if some of the dudes are actually bugging. No, what the fuck? Go in there. Let's see if I can turn on that thing. Can I? Yeah, okay. what you see right now is, yeah, W's overlay, which is a fantastic overlay. And I just added a banner with the option. Oh, come on. Go back to the game. Why is it not? Why are you being a bitch now? Okay. Yeah. So you see, it's just that banner. Okay. And it's just oh, okay. I see what happened. Yeah, and it's just with colors and stuff. It's kinda equal to the overlay. So let's go out here again. And yeah, I will show you my stream elements now. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. So that's actually my team banner. That's all it is. I'm gonna maybe add some other stuff as well, but what I did is actually I also did a team banner, which is 1080p, and it's open source. Okay, so this is what I used to align the overlay. So you got all those banners up there. You can actually, I can turn it off. You can actually, when I provide the link, you can actually use that link and implement those two banners into your overlay if you're using W's overlay as well. And you can just add a text source in your OBS and write the team names in it. I obviously can't give you access to my stream elements, but I can give you that overlay. And I try to incorporate something also for the maps. Maybe some nice background thingy, maybe semi-transparent stuff like that, where you could put in maps and scores. So you got one side, you know, like a little table where you got maps, and then you got the score next to it. Maybe with team names. I don't know yet. Something like that. Just have to find the time for it. And that's a yeah. I will copy that URL for the browser source, and you guys can use it just however you want. If you want, if you think that's nice, just incorporate it. It's quite easily done. Just, you know, open it, add a browser source, whatever. Put in the link. Put in the resolution you want to have it. Maybe you want to have an audio in it or not. Depends on you. And yeah. I mean, my canvas is 4040p. So just put it to canvas size, and that's it. Get you have the overlay in the browser source in it. I mean, I can save that, make it semi-transparent, and it's gone. So you got those banners up there, see? And it's back again, okay? That's how you add the browser source. And that's actually my casting setup. I mean, you can do a lot with your microphone as well. I use a Stream Deck as well. If you guys are interested in that, feel free to let me know. Maybe I can show you what I use on or with my Stream Deck as well. I got a webcam as well now. Haven't used it in a while, but we'll start using it soon again. So I actually shaved my fucking face again. Holy. And yeah, that's I think that's it for a little step up about my OBS and what I would recommend as settings for Unreal Tournament. So maybe it's helpful. Maybe you can take something and improve the quality of your stream. Stream, I mean. So yeah, if you have any other questions, guys, feel free to hit me up. Send me your messages, whatever. Send me a message on Discord. And let me know what you think, or if you have any further questions. So yeah, pretty much that. And I'm gonna use my stream deck now to send you to a ending scene. And yeah, hope it was helpful. Thing was absolutely not scripted. Let's see if I can turn on my webcam. Nope. Okay, wait, but I can put in my nested scene. Nested scene. Let me check. Webcam blank. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. I make it smaller. Look at that. That's how I put my face everywhere. So guys, if you have any questions, hit me up. Feel free to write me anytime. And thank you guys for stepping up the streaming game. It's really appreciated. The community is alive thanks to you guys. So for more than how many years? 23 years of Unreal Tournament. 20 more years to come. See you guys. Bye bye.